I've had my share of broken dreams and more than a couple of falls. And in chasing what I thought were moonbeams, I have run into a couple of walls. But in looking back at the places I've been, the changes that I've left behind, I just look at myself to find I've learned the hard way every time. 'Cause I've had my share of good intentions and I've made my share of mistakes. And I've learned at times it's best to bend, 'cause if you don't, well, those are the breaks. Should have listened to all the things I was told, but I was young and too proud at the time. Now I look at myself to find I learn the hard way every time. But in looking back at the lessons I've learned from the mountains I wanted to climb, I just look at myself to find I learn the hard way every time. 'Cause I've had my share of broken dreams and more than a couple of falls. And in chasing what I thought were moonbeams, I have run into a couple of walls. But in looking back at the faces I've been, I would sure be the first one to say, when I look at myself today, wouldn't have done it any other way.
Ground blizzard on the prairie, the cold is clutching at my soul. And I'm 30 feet up, I'm belted off to this ice-clad power pole. Yeah, it's cold up here tonight. It's cold and dark for miles around. All this ice just got too heavy, and all the power lines came down. And I work these lines for my living until the day that I retire. No one careless move could kill me. There's fire in the wire. I have felt the belch of power. I have heard that monster roar. I know the nature of the beast. I know what he's looking for. He seeks the path of least resistance. And some men that I have known felt the fire in the wire, turned the fire in their bone. I work these lines for a living until the day that I retire. And no one careless move could kill me. There's fire in the wire. The wife at home in a warm bed, I hope she's sleeping peacefully. I bet she's sitting in the kitchen, a little bit worried about me. She knows there's fire in the wire. She knows there's frostbite in the cold. So splice the line and close the breaker. Hold that breaker home. I work these lines for my living till the day that I retire. No one careless move could kill me. There's fire in the wire. There's fire in the wire.
rain's coming down, the winds are blowing all around. Just one more climb, we'll be through, and get the power back to you. It's what we do, get it done. Don't matter if it's cold outside or in the blazing sun. We give our all when it hits the fan. To get your lights back on, you need a lineman. We're headed in, tired and beat. Just want these wet boots off our feet. We did our job, your power's on. And when you woke up, we were gone. It's what we do, we get it done. Don't matter if it's cold outside or in the blazing sun. We give our all when it hits the fan. To get your lights back on, you need a lineman. Could have got a job inside where it's nice and warm, looking out the window at the storm. Never went to college to get a degree. My office is in the air, that's where I'll always be. It's 3 p.m., in comes the boss. A storm's coming with a lot of force. Gonna need you boys for a couple of nights, at least till everyone's back in the lights. It's what we do, we get it done. Don't matter if it's cold outside or in the blazing sun. We give our all when it hits the fan. To get your lights back on, you